Hello, folks. It's Tuesday, the 15th. And this is someone else's birthday for sure that I know. I think it's Frank. Cheers. Can you hear the machines outside? So, we got these notices from the city about a year ago about our sidewalks and the cracks, and that we were liable for them and had to fix them. Well, myself and my two neighbors, we fixed the main ones, but the city is here doing the rest. It's like they had these little marks on the other panels of the sidewalk in front of our houses where they, I guess they thought it was too defective. Well, yesterday they were working and today they're working, and today I wake up with this note. April 15th, we will be removing the end of the driveway sidewalks. We will have it back same day. Please move all cars out of the driveway. Well, I don't know when they put this note on my door, but it's a little late for me because when I was awakened at 8 o'clock to the jackhammer shaking the house, literally making pictures on my walls go sideways because of all the vibration. My main rant is that I live on a half circle in the black tar part of Omaha, hardly any traffic. Why are they bugging us? They're going to make us pay for this. I already paid for the panels earlier. I talked about in a video where I worked with my neighbor contractor to replace the sidewalk panel that they had pointed out had to go because of the tree roots in my yard. It's just frustrating because the city's going to charge us. We're poor down here. And the maddening thing is the city streets are in atrocious shape. There are literally potholes. It just happened last week that someone's car had to be towed because it hit a pothole that was that bad. The person must not have been paying attention. It's like the car almost drove into a hole. It's just a little frustrating to me. It's like things don't make sense to me. And I'm going to stay away from the national news because that is an utter nightmare. So, to move on from that, I went down to Grapefruit yesterday to see about my trade, and they still hadn't got to it yet, which is fine with me. There's really no hurry, but it was kind of they had a real good record store day, and then they were real busy the next day. So, but while I was down in the market, I decided to go ahead and go over to Homer's because, as I was talking about in the last couple of videos, Homer's really stocks up its used for record store day with some prime stuff. And I didn't go through all the used when I went there on Saturday for record store day. So I thought I'll go back and see if anything is left. And there was, and also a record store day item that, I wanted, but it's like I knew that it would be gone, except one was there for me. So, I got one used and two new. So what was left in the used from record store day was this Alice Coltrane, Kirtan, Turiya Sings. Now for half a second, I was thinking I'm going to leave this because she's singing. but I'm glad I didn't. This is really peaceful and beautiful. Kirtans, if I'm saying it right, are a type of chant or song that is spiritual in nature, I think related to her religion, Hinduism or whatever it is she's into. Very meditative, very peaceful, and she plays organ on here to accompany herself. And I ended up listening to a whole side of this, really enjoying it and humming along. I like it when that happens, when something is peaceful and restful, and it's harmonically, it just resonates and makes me, I hum. Now this is interesting. I don't know if this is especially for this record, but I've never seen an impulse this color. So it looks like it's a special version of the label for this release. And I haven't read the booklet yet, but this was in the used, and it's like, yeah, and it's good, restful. I try to read this stuff, with all the reissues that have been coming up for Record Store Day over the past many years, how they will add the booklets and then backstories. I don't know how many other folks bother with that stuff, but I try to read it. It's like, this is information. This is cool. It's good to get it. So I got that. While I was down there, I went ahead and picked this up. I thought to myself, if they have any left, I'll get it. And they did. So I grabbed the latest Smile 12-inch single. Don't Get Me Started, Instant Psalm Remixes. And this is good stuff. Tom York and Johnny Greenwood are very creative. And the thing I notice about their music is that it's obvious to me that they are listening to what they're doing, because this is not any phone-in stuff. This is good, hearty listening. This is good stuff. Hadn't paid attention to the words yet, so I don't know. A lot of times I can relate to what Tom York is saying in his songs. Glad to hear that someone is happy that I shared this Jeff Smith. It is musically good. The vocals for me are a little shrill, but musically it's very strong. So I thought to myself, since I don't do Record Store Day in the line, that I won't be able to get a copy of this. But I thought to myself, because this has happened before, a few days later I'll go down and I'll look in other parts of the store, and sure enough I'll find it. And there this was at the end of the Bowie section. Ready, set, go. And it's a little dink, as you can see at the top. It's creased, like it got crushed slightly. But this was in the back of the Bowie section, just kind of like I thought. I had a suspicion. Let me take a look in the Bowie section. I bet you all the way in the back. And the deal is, I could tell by the top spine blue that, oh, there it is. And I looked, and sure enough, there it was. Now, I saw Bowie about this time live, finally. And when he did the Reality album, it has the poster. I quite enjoyed the show. Glad to say that I got to see Bowie. And this is good. Of course, it is the naked money grab, where it's like, we know you people are fanatical about David Bowie, and you'll buy anything that we put out. I've missed a few Record Store Day specials by Bowie. Tried to get them. So when this one was there waiting for me, I said, yeah, that's Providence, or whatever you call that. I'm supposed to have it. So there's that. I won't be able to go to Grapefruit today because my driveway is destroyed. They're going to fill it in today, but I won't be, I'm stuck here unless somebody comes and picks me up. It just really seems like we citizens of this country have no rights. We get no respect from institutions, from people in power. We get nothing. It sucks. So, enough of that. Yesterday, I spent time watching video because it was so loud outside. And so I enjoyed, I'll show the records. This is a good way to try to show some records. So, and then the other stuff that's on either side. So, Melt Banana, Japanese band, Melt Banana. Got to play open for them several years ago. Punkish, frenetic, crazy sound. Is her name Yako? I forget how you say her name. But she has a very unique voice. She signed this for me. Almost sounds like a yipping animal. But musically, this stuff is really good. Cellscape. They have a new album I don't have yet. I'd like to get it. But I was watching videos, and their videos are very psychedelic. I love a good psychedelic video. But these records are good too. Bambi's Dilemma. You hear all that stuff out there? And I have one more. Teeny Shiny. Melt Banana. If you don't know this band, you like energy, it's good. Next to them, as I pulled them, geez, they're making the ground shake. Mellow Candle, Swaddling Songs. I was finally able to get a copy of this. This is folk rock from 1970, I think. A unique album, 1971, because the band was very young when they made this album. I think the girls were teens, but this is real good. Folk rock. Really, really well done. I'd been after this for a while. I have to play some of this today. Trader Horn and stuff like that. Trees. Those sort of bands. Then next to that is Melody, French progressive rock band, Yesterlife. I've had this for a long time. And it's the keyboard sort of thing. You can tell by the pictures and everything kind of what to expect. This is good. I think this is a major label in France, or was, Vogue. This is good. It's on the shelf next to Melt Banana. And on the other side, I just grabbed them because it was easy. Melvins. Then we get into the Melvins. Freak Puke. This is the one where they put it out random. Here contained is a randomly selected artistic picture disc. Bought this at one of their shows. You have no idea what picture disc you get until you open it. So this is the one I got. Melvins come through a lot. They seem to play in Omaha every year, and they're getting ready to come here again later this spring. I don't have any plans of going. As a matter of fact, last night Bob Mould, formerly of Husker Du, played here, and it's a big deal to a lot of the folks here. I was even talking to Kathleen down at Grapefruit about it yesterday, because she's going. A lot of people have seen Bob Mould 8, 9, 10 times in a row. I've seen Husker Du, and I got to interview Bob Mould about 9 years ago. at Hi-Fi House. We really got along. I really enjoyed his company. He's a good songwriter, but that's not really what interests me, so I didn't go. And I'm more interested in playing than watching. I really am. And then here, another Melvins. What's the name of this one? Nude with Boots. This is on red vinyl. Interesting band. I like the Melvins. And they have a good. There's a good documentary about them that I watched recently. Which reminds me, another documentary I watched in part was one Kate Bush in review. And you know what was funny to me is I've had this album forever. I've hardly ever noticed the dogs. I'm not embarrassed. I bet you I'm not the only one who kind of didn't even realize she's got these two dogs laying on her. I love this album. And this is the early colored vinyl version. It's come out on colored vinyl a couple times. This is a great album. And I agree with the Peter Gabriel comparisons. A lot of writers compare her work to Peter Gabriel. I see that. I see it. So musically, that's what's going on. Life-wise, that's what's going on. Family, I hope you're doing okay. I hope that you guys are doing okay out there. I hate to say it, but when I decide to spend a little money, I always think about them, thinking, I hope they got what they need, but I need to be able to spend a little money on myself like I just did. So that's what I got for you. What's on my agenda today? Nothing, because I'm trapped in the house. I'm not trapped, but I can't drive. I can walk and somebody can come pick me up, but my car is trapped. And what's on my agenda as far as things to do? Well, there's always things to do, and I am not looking forward to getting out there in the yard. So if that happens today, it'll be a miracle. But the other thing I'm working on is my sound palette for my next gig, the next improvising gig that I have next weekend with Kyle Jessen and Stacy Barelos. I'm not going to use, and I don't use, the same sample sound palette every time I do that. So I'm working on a new array of sounds to have available for the improvisation. I know that the prime thing that we'll be doing is playing our instruments, like me on bass, but also keyboard. I can play my MIDI like a piano. And so I worked on it a little bit yesterday. And I have these sounds. Where are they from? Let me see if I can find them right quick. Because I'll do this at different times. I'll go on, I'll be looking for stuff. And I found some really cool samples from Darkad, Mongolia. And then there's some icy branches breaking. And there's another one where I found these clips of people living out in the country, chopping wood and making bread. The crackle of the fire and the wood, really good recordings. So those are some examples of some of the sounds that I'm loading up for the palette for this upcoming performance. I'm liking it, and I'm on the edge of booking some shows myself and getting Aaron Gum involved with visuals. I enjoyed the Grapefruit so much, and I want people to hear my music. I do. It's not techno. It's not club music. It's a unique experience. So ruminating on that, kind of applauding that. That's what I have for you today, folks. Okay. Oh, my night listen last night was a burned CD of, I might be able to get it here. Yes. I burned a CD of this soundtrack because Cold Nose by Franco Falsini of Sensations Fix. Now, this came about as a result of my video watching yesterday. I found this video animation called Fanta Biblical with music by Franco Falsini, supposedly on this album, but it's not. The soundtrack on the cartoon, there's themes related to it on here, but it's not the actual soundtrack. But I enjoyed the cartoon so much, I hadn't watched it in a long time, that I burned a copy of this on the CD and listened to that for bedtime. There's a Pink Floydness to this, but it don't sound like Pink Floyd, but when you hear it, you'll know what I mean. Another Sensations Fix album, Finest Finger. I love this cover. The records tend to stick together, so when I grab one, more come. Based out of Italy, but an international band. Not everyone in the band was Italian. And I just recently played this one, Box's Paradise. I have all their albums. So there's some music for you. There is some music for you. Okay? All right, okay. I need plastics. Take care, everyone.